Good evening, friends. I'm Anil Furia, Anil Shah, Gam Bidada. I'm from company Aakruti Tenso Structure. Before I start my sharing, I would like to thank KCF. On a KCF platform, I think this is the second opportunity we are creating. I remember the days exactly 2.5 years probably back, and it was one of these sharing that we got enrolled to KYB program, and we were the KYB 2 batch. And after that, everybody knows, KYB has been very successful and it has really contributed to everybody's life. Before I talk about my company, and what are the gains which we had with our experience with MasterClass, I would like to take you back through a journey, and I'll throw a little bit light about our background. Now, basically, we have started our career in long back year 1991, and we started with an engineering company. It was a automobile ancillary company. In year 1994, we started with a new venture called Akruti Glass. We have, our product line was architectural decorative glass, and from 94 to 2005, 2006, we have done quite a bit of innovation. We have introduced number of product line. We have really prospered in Akruti Glass. But over the period of time, as the business grown, and we realized that we did make few mistakes. We have done a lot of business, but we never really incorporated to be a formal company. It was a kind of a cash business, and probably we didn't have proper organization structure. We never really scaled up. The market was there, the market was present, but we did not really give right kind of exposure to the market. We didn't set up the dealership distribution network. So looking at that background, we started our third inning, which is our new baby called Aakruti Tenso Structure. Now, Aakruti Tenso Structure is a company which deals again into architectural product. Here we are coming up with little bigger forms. We are doing tensile membrane architecture. Now, this is a unique new concept, probably comparatively recent in India. And this is our third year of operation. So looking back at our experience with Akruti Glass, and probably whatever the small errors we might have done, we started with a positive note. We incorporated this company. Company was made in a formal organization way. We did all right decision. We got our products registered. We have beautiful website. It is generating a lot of interest. We did right kind of decision. We invested into machineries, capital, manpower. We invested into the softwares. I went abroad for a couple of time and took some training. I did my master's in lightweight engineering, and most of the things what we did was right. We had mission statement in place, beautiful brochure. What you are looking at is the brochure of our company, and these are the few products which we did. Now what you can see is we also have a mission statement in place. But before we talk about the mission statement, I think we'll skip and we'll go further back. Further about our background. Now, even if we did everything right, the thing seems to be rolling well. We did initially start up good projects, but something was missing. Something was holding us back. Now we create a mind block. I think Ashok Bhai just mentioned mind block, which we carry, after 15, 17 years dealing with the market. And what happened actually was glass is, kind of a product which attracts a lot of attention. So we had many customers, many competitors, really looking at us. Every year we used to launch new products, and our company was really poached in terms of manpower and technology. What we experienced, a lot of people left from our organization, and the industry became open, and the competition came, which was inevitable. So when we started afresh, we said we should have a closed door policy. So we started a very scary note, and we were kind of a very close. So we were not really opening up. So that was one of the things we thought which was holding us back. Second thing was the mission statement. I just mentioned mission statement. That's where the MasterClass comes. we had a very fancy mission statement. Now, mission statement was that we would be the medium of expression of prosperity of Indian society. Now, this was questioned, and this question went on for, out of 8 sessions we had with Amrish Bhai, I think for 6 sessions we were talking about mission statement, and we were not agreeing. 6 sessions, probably more than 30 hours of telephonic discussions, and we were still struggling to nail the final mission statement. And when we finally realized that what was missing, and we came up with a beautiful mission statement. And the mission statement basically filled up the gap, it was filled up the missing piece which was there. A new concept called thought leadership was introduced. Now, Ashok Bhai also just mentioned about the thought leadership, but I will talk about the thought leadership in a different perspective. In our case, we let go the mindset कि closed door policy रखना है. We should not be discussing things with your customers, your peers, or everything. We started discussing a lot of things about our technology, our background. We started sharing a lot of technical information. We started giving lectures in some seminars. We started sharing the case studies. We started publishing case studies in various magazines. We took part into exhibitions. We also started training the architects and mainly that team. Architect usually works with a big team. So we started having a small training session with the architect, and the payback of this particular opening up was the pressure was lifted. Now, we never thought that we'll be going to the market with open hand. Our company is like open. Interaction is absolutely open. My people, everybody knows what we are doing. They are clearly aware that what really we mean by thought leadership. And once we started sharing information with architects, our project, the conversion rate from the inquiry to the orders becomes effortless. If you talk about numbers, we practically grown by 100% last year. This year also we are doing more than 100%. And I think that story continue because it's being a new industry. I think for next 3, 4, 5 years, we see a humongous kind of growth in our industry. Side by side, one of the bigger mind block again, which we used to carry about the HR perspective, secrecy, training people. Now, thanks to this opening up, what actually happens is every week I am practically getting one CV, one application for somebody seeking an opening for a draftman or a structural engineer or something. So these are some magazines which we had our article and some case studies. Most of the magazines are architectural. These magazines are usually referred over the period of time. It's not like 1 month or something. It has got a shelf life of more than 1 year. So we keep on getting inquiries from one of these features. Our future plans, we are setting up a designing and consulting firm. We'll be giving designing and consulting expertise to our competitors, if you might say. But India is a big country, and probably we are concentrating to west part or the south part of the India. So we see a lot of possibilities that we can do business in other parts of the India. But looking at our product and looking at what kind of inputs involved, it looks quite challenging to do single hand. So we need to set up the regional centers. So keeping in mind the future requirement, we are setting up a training centers. We have a clear plan to train the structural engineers, draftsmen, anybody who wants to pursue the tensile fabric career. And somebody would say, okay, what are you doing? I mean, what is there in your mind? Are you going to create competition for yourself? Now, if I really look back at my other experience, competition आज नहीं तो कल आने वाला है. This is a information age, open age है. ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है कि मुझे मालूम है और आपको नहीं मालूम है. So competition से डर के काम नहीं होने वाला है. So what we are actually doing is we are teaching our industry, we are teaching our tensile industry about the specs. We are giving a lot of information to our customer what to expect from a tensile structure. We are also in a discussion with a lot of our peers, the people from our own industry, and we are talking about setting up association, which again was a big surprise. I mean, it was suggested when the idea of thought leadership came, and I was told that कि एक association बनाना चाहिए. तो बोला association, how can we make an association? How can you make an when we spoke to Ashok, Amrish bhai, he said कि association बनाने कोई बड़ी बात नहीं, just get yourself registered. So we are actually doing it. Next 3-4-5 months, we have a meeting in Bangalore. We are meeting a couple of guys from Western region, and we'll make kind of a small association. And another interesting, the fact which came from again Amrish bhai was, if you want to stay in market, apart from competition, if you want to stay in market, you should be having clear-cut plans to reduce your input cost or reduce your price by 5% every year. Now, which with the current rate of inflation, with the dollar going up, rupees going down, now it looks very ambitious. But we did practice, we did try about this, and I'll tell you, there is a humongous, huge place where we can actually cut down the cost. It is absolutely not necessary to pass on this cost reduction to our customer, but then we have that extra leverage, which we never thought about it in glass as well. So finally, before I conclude, it is said that when student is ready, there is a famous quote from Robin Sharma, there's from a book called Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. It says that when the student is ready, the teacher appears. Now, guys, teacher saame છે. Anybody from this room which has got a business model which is profitable? ઘણા લોકો એવા છે, second generation business છે, first generation business છે, એમનું business model તો profitable છે, but stagnancy છે. 8-10 વર્ષથી કંઈ થઈ નથી રહ્યું, and they don't know what to do. બે જનરેશન છે, આપણનું કમ્યુનિકેશન ગેપ છે. સો એનીબડી હુ ઇઝ રિયલી હેવ અ પોઝિટિવ બિઝનેસ મોડલ, સ્કેલિંગ અપની જગ્યા છે, શું કરવાનું ક્લિયરિટી નથી, યુ આર એટ ધ રાઇટ પ્લેસ. ટેક કોલ્સ, ટેક ડિસિઝન. આઈ એમ શ્યોર ઇટ્સ ગોઈંગ ટુ બી બેનિફિશિયરી. અમરીશભાઈની વિશે એક વાત કહું કે he under promises and over delivers. That's the final thing. Whatever. We used to have telephonic discussion for 3 hours, 4 hours, single stretch. इतना तो मैंने शादी के पहले अपनी बीवी से भी बात नहीं किया था. So I was really wondering about what is the motivation. Just for mission statement, just to compress the mission statement within those framework of 50 words, articulation each and every word. How many hours you can invest? 2, 3, 4? We have invested 30 hours. And that's the kind of commitment you're going to give. So guys, right place, right time, take it. બીજું એક secrecy વાત કહું કે we are in business since last 20 years. જે પણ મોટા કોલ લેવાના છે ને, જેટલા પણ લાઈફમાં હજી સુધી મોટા કોલ લીધા છે, મારી પર્સનલી વાત કરું છું, તો એના માટે બહુ કંઈ અક્કલ ચલાવવાની જરૂર નથી. When we were in college, સાબુદ્દીન રાઠોડની બહુ કેસેટ ચાલતી હતી. So સાબુદ્દીન રાઠોડમાં there was a story, I'll make it very brief, sorry, કે એમાં ટીચરો એક દિવસ નક્કી કરે છે કે એ લોકોને કોઈ રિસ્પેક્ટ નથી મળતું, તો એ લોકો બારવટે ચડે છે એમ કરીને. સો આઈલ સ્કીપ દેટ સ્ટોરી. પણ એમાં ફાઇનલી સ્ટોરીનો સારાંશ એવો છે કે ડાયાઓ વિચાર કરે અને મૂર્ખાઓ અમલમાં મૂકે. સો આઈ થિંક કે વોટ એવર વી હેવ અચીવ્ડ ઓવર લાસ્ટ 20-22 years ઇઝ બિકોઝ ઓફ દેટ મૂર્ખાઈ. બહુ ડાયા કરશો ને તો વિચારમાં જ રહી જશો, કંઈ અમલ નહીં આવે. સો ગાઈઝ, ટેક કોલ. ઓલ ધ બેસ્ટ ટુ એવરીબડી. Thank you, Amresh bhai. Thank you, Ashok bhai. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Anil bhai. That was really